Hi, this is Kelvin. I studied accounting in HKUST 10 years ago and I graduated in 2011. Apparently the first step that I take is actually not accounting, but I actually switched to work in banking for 5 good years, and then I moved to management consulting whereby I worked with McKinsey for a good 3 years. And then I moved to, right now, at Marriott International, working as a strategy lead for their APAC business. 9 years ago, I actually went to University of Texas at Austin, whereby the school name is called McCombs School of Business. I studied accounting there. One of the reasons I choose Texas is also because the lower percentage relatively in terms of Asian or Chinese presence in the city. And I feel like this is once in a lifetime experience. I really should get myself out and get some friends. And more importantly, there is a way of saying in Texas, like no car, nowhere. Like if you don't have a car, you cannot go anywhere. So that makes it almost like a necessity that you need some friend who can drive. For that reason, I actually make good friends with the people in the same dormitory. A good handful of 12 people. We always do Texan BBQ together at the backyard. And also I will make Asian food for them and I cook soups for them. So I think that food also connects people, and I think that is a universal fact. A few things that I recall that is truly unforgettable. One is actually the year that I go to study at UTA. That is also the year whereby it's school football league championship and UTA is actually out to the final. It's not a school event, it's a city event. The city is painted with colors. So the whole city is in the brownish orange color, that is the school color. Every store, every single one is talking about the football league. I think that is just phenomenal. Unfortunately that year, UTA actually lost the game. The result is, actually the school faculty will send an email saying that tomorrow we don't want to go back to school because we're too sad. And everyone in the town is just with that very upset face right after that. Two phases that I need to teach everyone on if you go to Texas, right? Especially in Austin. First, the school spirit in UTA is phenomenal. Like everyone, instead of saying hi, they would say Hook em Han. Hook em Han is their slogan, whereby it serves a lot of purpose. If you go to competitions, people would be chanting it as like a slogan. But even if day in, day out, you go to school, you say hi to people, people would just not say hi, but they would say Hook em Han. So I think it's actually pretty interesting. And funny enough, if the president of US actually go there for a speech, instead of saying hello to the audience, they would start the conversation with Hook em Han as well. And another phrase that I pick up is y'all. It means hello all, but it's like a short form of it. And I think that is taking the essence of the Texan culture, really laid back, really chill. Like if you hear y'all, you feel very chill as well. I think that's the two phases I take. Sense of community is much stronger. Seems everyone knows each other and there's a lot of small chats happening before class. That sense of community and the sense of communication is unprecedented for me. So I think that sort of weave into that culture, being able to put myself out and try to talk to people around for small talks, that's something that I learn a lot, and I feel that is also a key skill that you need in the corporate world as well, because every day back to office, especially now I work in a more Western company, like generally the people really like a small talk before every day started. So I think that is how I sort of pick up this habit. There is a saying in McCombs School of Business, they call the student McClones, because they are like clones, because a lot of students actually will go for very specific choice of career. They call it the classic ABC: accountant, bankers, and consultant. And funnily enough, if you look into my career, these are the things that I actually touch on. I study accounting, my first job is banking, and my second job is it's consulting. So I almost feel like I follow that sort of cloned path in a good way. When I sort of get exposed to the group of students who also have the passion and aspiration to work in fields around that, I think that is a good starting point. One thing that I'm sure is I really like that sort of diversity in culture to be immersed in, that the world is really big. I really want to explore more. I think that is something that I could take away for sure in that trip. And I know myself better that this is a culture that I really like. And I think that is also one of the reasons why through my career, I actually think for positions and job scope that could allow me to see a bigger world. From the banking side, where I'm in an international graduate program, I will have the chance to train with a lot of international students over the world, to the McKinsey world, whereby as a consultant, you will de facto have a lot of chance to fly to different places, work with different diversity of clients, with different backgrounds and different even industries. To right now, I'm in the hospitality side, bringing laughter and experience to the consumer around the world with our portfolio brands. I think that is almost like the starting point for me to realize I really want to see the bigger world. That I always put myself in a position that is very new, out of my comfort zone every single time, and I try to sort of learn rapidly through that. For example, I study accounting. I do not choose to be an accountant, I go to banking. In banking, I actually are in the financial sector, right? And when I moved to consultant, I decided not to take the financial services as my sector of choice, follow my passion and look into consumer products as my specialties. And when I did that, and I actually landed on projects that work on customer journey designs and experience design, I realized that passion. I actually take that leap of faith as well to go to a totally new industry, a role that is not existed in the organization before, to look after innovation and growth for the hotel companies. And you sort of make choices more confidently that it's okay. You know that there are things that you could do, as long as you understand your value, and then even if it's a place that is uncomfortable, you can make it. And I think that urge to keep pushing yourself has come to a realization.